Hello. Welcome to Serenity Homestead. I got my big butt mixer out from over there. Got stuff out here to make pie, pumpkin pie. We liked them the first time. Well, not the first time, but just the other day when we had them. We had them Thursday, November 9th. This is Sunday, November 12th. Yeah, that sounds about right. 9 to 12 should be. You're going to be a pain in the butt to open. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're cheating with bottom pie crust. Hello, can I have a thank you? I've got to get mine made. I did let these lay out for a good while. Oh, maybe too long. Plop it in the pan. Just turned on the oven before I turned on the camera. It's set to 425. Come a little over this way. That looks pretty evenly in the pan. These always seem to be just a hair oblong. It's like one side, just one end of it is a whole lot longer. Tuck that underneath. Extra parts. See, it's hanging out. I lift, fold it, and lay it back under there. No big. You can do whatever you want with it. Cut it off. Some people just cut it off. They fit it in the pan. Kind of press it in place. Cut off what's left over and they either leave it be or crimp the edge with a fork. Do it however you want to. This takes a moment. Okay, I guess it wasn't just the one side. Now, I'll schmooze that. Hello, in place. And then we crimp the edge, give it a little twist. My mom has a different edge twist. She crimps the edge somehow, but she just kind of, I don't know, she does it this way and I can't do it her way, and it hurts me because hers are pretty. I've got a little extra here. I don't want hanging over my pan. There, messed up my edge. Anyway, no big. You know, I think the other day, I think I sprinkled just a little bit of flour in the bottom. And the trash can is handy. Yeah, come on. Wow. My son went to the store a few hours ago. And I've had these laying out. And like I said, apparently for just a little bit too long. They're nice though, they're not breaking, they're not stiff at all to work with. Hello. Come on in here, darling. And scoot your butt over. Lift up, tuck down. Yep, we need it over this way, just a little hair. You know, put it down in around the bottom of the pan. Just kind of lift it loose from the edge. Y'all know how to do this. Smack it down, put it in place, and this time I think, oh, what the heck, I'm gonna just kind of whack off the edge. All you do is you just start rubbing the knife around the outside of your pan. Just cut against the pan. It's like, we're going to have circumcised pumpkin pie. One regular, one circumcised. Because, you know, we just mark a line and chop off whatever hangs over it. Speaking of which, didn't know then what I know now. Sorry, I had mine circumcised. A little late. You can't put it back. But you might want to give it some thought or ponder before you do yours. I still have my green beans sitting out, as you can see. I think I'll move them because it's, yep, the oven's heating. They were yummy. Okay, that was a little bit crazy. Something on the floor. Anyway, yeah, keep this over in the corner now. Keep it covered up. Oh, I didn't crimp the edge, did I? Alright, you just kind of smash your fork down. So, why would I have a fork laying out here? No big. Sometimes I just bake pumpkin in casserole dishes. Anyway, oh my lord, this thing is heavy. Okay. Okay, and we have two 15-ounce cans of the Aldi's brand. I think it's Aldi's brand. You get it at Aldi's anyway. Baker's Choice. 100% pure pumpkin. This is enough to make one pie. This can. It tells you what to add to it on the back, obviously. And apparently it's thinking it doesn't want to be a pie. My mercy. And the oven is ready, and I'm not. Shame. Boy, it smells good. Okay. Dang! It's wicked. It's not dried out or anything. It's just awkward. And where this is as wide as it, you know, you scrape loose on one side, while the other side is like almost putting it back or something. And yes, I'm sure the lovely tone of the ringing is great. Got the pumpkin out. Baker's Choice, 15-ounce, 100% pure pumpkin. We'll go for round two. I guess I need to can some pumpkin. I wonder how much stuff you get, like, out of one big pumpkin. Man, none of this stuff is cheap anymore. Come on, there you go. Come on. That's not bad. Ain't gonna fight with it. Okay. Looks like I managed to escape having any on my fingers. Wow. Clear up the thing. Sorry about the banging. Hopefully, we're about done with that. Oh, come on. Thank you. Okay. Close enough. I don't know if you can see down there or not. I don't have a plate out here. second gallon of water. Trucking down the trail. Probably in another hour and it will be done. Seriously? Okay. 1 pie calls for 1 can of evaporated milk. Okay, I guess I did need to read that. Keep throwing away before I'm done reading. See, for this, it says 1 can of this. You need 3/4 a cup of sugar. So we're going to use 1.5 cups since we're making 2. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. That is hilarious. Any recipe, I double it for sure. And since I'm making 2, there will be 4 teaspoons of sugar, of cinnamon, and which I will, 3 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon. So I'm going to make a heaping tablespoon. So it should be 4 teaspoons or a little over. This calls for 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I'll put a teaspoon in for 2. The cinnamon, I double it automatically even for 1. 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. I don't have nutmeg, I'm using pumpkin pie spice. 2 eggs, so we'll put in 4 eggs since we're making 2. 1 can of evaporated milk and 1 unbaked pie crust pie shell. There we go. I need the stuff in the pan. I'm using 1 can of evaporated milk. 1. It says 1 for 1 pie. We're making 2 pies, but we're using 1 can of milk. The other day, I poured in just a little dollop or so of the regular milk, I believe. Okay. 1.5 cups of sugar. That's pretty much 1. And this is a 4th cup, yes, but where I scoop in, see, it's just part of 1. So, yeah. It's just a little hair over, I guess. It's alright with me at the moment. Put it on back over here, out of my way. Okay, we have sugar, 1 can of milk, 2 cans of pumpkin. Okay. Well, egg kind of wanted to go everywhere. And did not feel, see, I guess it's all stuck to me. I want to make sure none of them got in there. This is poor lighting. I like the videos, which obviously many people do. I like the videos Entertaining with Beth. Wherever she does hers, there is so much light in the house. And that much light, with everything else being kind of light and bright around it, a lot of white, a lot of white walls, white openings, it just makes everything look clean. Of course, you know, my house is a mess. That's not just some sort of camera illusion. Come on. Dang. That one didn't want to open either. La la la. But yes, you are supposed to beat these first. Dang. Got a big hunk of dolomite in that one. Got a piece of the shell in it. You need that translated. Oh my gosh. crock pots work so much better when you leave the lid on them. Anyway, we're back. Let's see. So we did the pie filling, the sugar, salt. I would have forgot the salt. I would have forgotten the salt. Yes, for sure. Don't even have it sitting out there. So it says a half a teaspoon. We're making 2. So 1 teaspoon. I'll call that. Allowing for it getting fatter. It's kind of down there a ways. 1/3 of a tablespoon. Oh, I didn't unlock the door. My daughter's on her way over. That's lovely. Let's see. This thing is just almost funny to me on the cinnamon. We do cinnamon. Oh, anyway. Yeah, and if something spills over, I don't allow for that in my measuring. It's like, you know what, just extra sugar. There is my tablespoon of cinnamon. And I don't take into the equation when I'm adding other spices that it has a boatload of cinnamon. Cinnamon just belongs. And any recipe that Mom doubles the cinnamon amount for, I normally triple. Okay, I gotta get measuring spoons. There's probably a half teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And the world is just a better place when it's got some ginger in it. This is ground ginger, and I almost again grabbed the ground cumin. I don't know what kind of a pie, a pumpkin pie it would be with ground cumin, but that just does not sound thrilling to me. Okay, this calls for a half a teaspoon of pumpkin, of ginger. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. So, there's a tablespoon for the 2. And just because I like ginger, well, let's not take the cap off because that would roll. A little more. Matter of fact, we're going to give I'm not sure I allowed for that thing doubling. But this, a lot of spice on here is lovely when you use the solid pack pumpkin, because there's nothing already in it being the good stuff. So, here we go. Oh dang, now would have been a lovely time to roll out my pie crusts. Instead of having you watch me do that, and watch me do this, and watch me tidy my kitchen, yay. It is thrilling though. And, to just be bluntly frank, I've noticed when I go to the sink and wash my hands, the fat right here above my knees, when I stand there at the sink, it looks like a little cow udder hanging down. That has been such a blessing. I mean, who doesn't want to watch a video of yourself and see that parts of you look like a cow udder? That's wow, that's great. That was all kinds of exciting. Yeah, let's not get too close. Anyway, the beef broth in pan, 4 pints. Running out of dish soap again. Guess that means a lot of dishes. But like we say, you've had a lot of messy dishes, you've had a lot of stuff on dishes. option. Yeah, a lot of us don't, especially compared to so many people that are just loaded to the max. But no, we really do have a lot. And when you make a stupid video with your pie crust or where your pie is mixing, gives you a moment to do some dishes. So if you're making a pie along with me right now, go do your dishes. Your oven should be set on 425. And going to bake it at 425 for 15 minutes. Then we're going to turn the oven down to 350. It says for 40 to 50 minutes. And since 43 is my number, the other day I did mine for 43 minutes. I know what you're thinking. She should put this lovely mixer video on a loop so we can just play it for hours and hours and hours. Maybe somebody else can handle that for us. Since I don't have the editing stuff, I can't do it. But you know what? The stuff from my pie is washed, and the stuff from my ham broth is washed. So, see, it's looking thick. Isn't that lovely? Look at it hanging there. It's thick. It's so rich and thick and chocolate that you can't drink it slow because it's quick. I can't. You can't. I can't. You can't. I'm having a moment. Can you tell? Have a moment with me. Life's too short not to. And if you heard me from over there, like I said, I'm going to put this in at 425 for 15 minutes. 425 for 15. It says then to take it down to 350. You leave it in your oven, you just change the oven temp. Okay. I floured these the other day. And I mentioned that earlier, but I forgot it. Okay. At least I think I did. I know we have at different times. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But just a little sprinkled in the bottom. Helps to keep your pie crust from getting soggy. See, there's not a lot on there. Just, woo! Just, I could have done that instead of washing dishes. But I didn't remember, so... Okay, a little more. See, light little sprinkle there. Now you might shift. You might shift your flour, because it, you know, it depends on what gear you put it in. You might sift your flour. Okay, well, I didn't need that. See, and when you think it's done, don't go in for one more little hunk. So I got a big schmooze there. Anyway. You can do that if you want. Gotta dig down in here. So, my scooper will fit with the lid on. There we go. Kind of get it out of the way. And I know you're thinking boring video, and you can do that later. And yes, you can. But you know what? If you do it while you're doing it, do things as you go along. Doesn't that look lovely and rich? That's an air bubble, by the way. Well, it went away. Anyway, we've got to get lighting in my dark corner of the wall. Split this in half, approximately. Oh, that's just lovely, lovely and yummy. And I don't know how long this video is. Oh, 24 minutes. Good. We've got 4 minutes until it shuts off. I hate it when it does that. It drives me nuts. And it'd be nice if it made a little sign. It could even go na 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 na. It would be creepy, but you know, it would let me know. I'm talking away and I go to shut it off and I hear doo-doo-doo, where the camera itself then shuts off. It's like, well, thank you so much, you punk. Now, you know what? We're going to, make a little swirly. Because we'll just kind of tap that one around, give it a little tappy. Because as thick as it is, it's been holding its shape through the baking. So, I'll just give that a little tap. And now, yeah, we're going to do a little dollop there in the middle. We're going to put it all on this one. This one has a hair more, but we don't care, do we? As long as it doesn't boil over in the oven. Anyway, I would go ahead and stick them in the oven. But my hands are pumpkiny. I got a little bit of pumpkin on my mixer there. You don't have a pair of these big old silicone mitts, get them. They're fabulous. Alrighty. Hot oven. I do like that. And we will center them in the rack and have kind of the same amount in between them as we do the edge of the stove, like the sides of the stove. Set the timer for 15. And